morning, Skyrim Beast, and Skyrim players and Skyrim modders. How are we doing this fine Saturday morning? I'm still a little tired, just got up a little while ago. Had a pretty long day yesterday. Woke up at 5:30 in the morning, didn't go to bed till what, 3 in the morning this morning. My stream looks a little bit different here, as in you're seeing more than you're used to. Well, I finished up my latest contract job. Hey Frosty, how are you? So I finished up one of my contract jobs, and as a result, I bought myself an early Christmas present. Bought myself a second monitor. My screen is halved beast. Yeah, how does it look, Frosty? I'm streaming on both monitors. Can you see both monitors? This is something I may have to tinker with. Only see the upper half. Let's see. I bought a second monitor. Let's see, what's YouTube doing? Oh, yeah. What I had to do to get this to work is set. I had to set both sources, aka monitors in this case, to half their original size in order to fit both monitors in the stream. Yeah, it is much more efficient for work. This is how it's supposed to look, Frosty. Now, if I had like two 4K monitors, I could set the resolution. Well, I could set the size of each source to 1920 by 1080. But can you actually see what I'm doing, Frosty? If it's posing too much of a problem, I can. It's no problem to revert my settings. I guess what I'm asking is, does it look fucked up? It's very small. Okay. Let's see. If it looks fucked up, alright. So I'm just gonna remove this one then. Yes, remove second monitor. Display capture, edit transform. $1920. I guess I don't have to stream both monitors because the only one that's really important here is the render window. I'll just have to read the comments out. How's that look, Frosty? Better? It should look better now. And now I have OBS over on the secondary monitor, which we're not seeing in the stream. That's fine. I'll just keep it like this. Okay, much better. Yeah, I was sort of afraid that was going to happen. I guess if I would want to do dual monitor streaming, I would have to have 4K monitors. No problem. So Frosty, how's that new rig? I'm really excited to hear about it. What have you done with your games? But the resolution would always be somewhat frigged. I suppose so. I'm just happy to have two monitors again. It's been a long time since I've had two monitors. Anyway, enough about me, man. Tell me about that new rig. Yes, it's beyond your expectations. I'm sure you've got all kind of 4K mods and nosebleed E and Bs installed. I managed to cripple the FPS of the machine with The Witcher 3. Oh, you're using 8K mods. Well, look at you. Okay, I really don't like you right now anymore. You've only done Witcher 3. Took 2 to 3. 2 to 3. Excuse me. Took 2 to 3 days to set it up right. 8K mods, scaling and distance times 10, still running 70 frames per second. Okay, you can stop now. I'm just kidding. I'm really glad that you got yourself a better rig. If anyone deserves it, you do, my friend. That's good frame rate too, 70 frames per second. I find I've always been happy with between 60 and 70 frames per second. To me, anything higher, I just can't see the difference. Much like I don't really see much difference between 1K textures and 2K textures. Does make working a lot more pleasant too. Yeah, how's getting your videos rendered? I'm sure it's a lot quicker with that nosebleed GPU you bought. What did you get? You got a 1070, right? GTX 1070? Or was it the 1080? I don't remember. Now let's see, tree, flora, mountain. No, it depends on how big the object is. 8K textures are pretty good on huge stones and such. You got the 1080? Right on. That's awesome. Very curious about streaming. Gonna do some tomorrow. Yeah, I'd be interested to see it too. I'm sure you could stream no problem in 4K, assuming you have the upload speed to support that. Let's see. What would that need? 4K streaming bit rate. I don't even know what you'd need for that. Netflix's current bit rate for 4K is 15.6 megabytes per second. Okay. See, I couldn't do that. I think the most I can handle is 3,500 megabytes per second. Wait, is that right? I don't remember. I know the bit rate is what determines the quality of your stream, and bit rate is directly related to your upload speed. I think mine is. I think I get 6 megabytes per second upload speed. And Frosty, you got about 11 megabytes per second upload speed. Okay. Yeah, I'm sure you could do 4K streaming, no problem. I wouldn't be able to see it on my monitor because my monitor doesn't support 4K resolutions. I ran between 7K through 10K on my previous machine, so should be fine. Bit rate. That's what you did? I wonder, what am I doing here? Where is it? Display capture. No, it's not in here. It's not in here. Oh, settings, that's where it is. So stream, no, not that. Okay, I'm doing 3,500 for the video bit rate on my machine. You say you were doing 7 to 10K? Yeah, I got it, Frosty. Huh. You used the advanced tab? What's in there in the advanced tab? Settings, advanced, process priority, normal. I don't know. Oh, I know why. Audio monitoring device, recording, stream delay. You use a different codecs. I see. shortly, I do want to get... I got to do one of two things. I'm down to 11 gigs of space on my SSD card on this computer. However, I do have a 2 terabyte external drive. So I need to move some stuff around, because 11 gigs of space, you know, that's really not a lot to work with. What else can I dump in here? Oh, I know what I can do. I could work on this stream yesterday. Yeah, nowadays 11 gigs is nothing. I think Skyrim takes up 10 gigs of space all on its own. You know, that doesn't include mods. Yeah, it's something like that, 10 or 11 gigs with the space. Doom took 90 gigs, I think. I don't remember. I do have Doom, but it's not installed at the time. I think I uninstalled it to make way for Oblivion. Speaking of Oblivion, there's something I absolutely want to do today. There's a mod. Well, it's not really a mod. It's more like a guide on Nexus that explains how to get Oblivion music playing in Skyrim. It doesn't add the music to the game. You do need to own Oblivion. But man, I just love Oblivion's music. You know. Sometimes I like Oblivion's music more than Skyrim's. Wonder what Assassin's Creed Origins will take. Is that a new one? Assassin's Creed Origins? Yeah, let me find that mod. Skyrim Oblivion music. This is the one. I'm pretty sure this involves some creation kit work. How do I do this? Then the work isn't done. You have to go to the music folders of Oblivion and Morrowind and copy and paste them to your Skyrim music folder. If the music folder doesn't exist, simply create it. Don't use the subfolders of the original games. Only copy the files in them so that the Skyrim music folder will have new subfolders. Okay. Then you have to convert the original MP3 music files to .wav. Prefer this program for that. If you don't already know how to do that, Format Factory and Softonic.com. It's very important that the music will have the same names as in the folders. Okay. Converted WAV files can get very large. One can get the size of 20 to 50 megs. Don't worry, that's normal. Yeah, that is normal. Oh, okay, so that's all there is to it. We don't need to do anything with the creation kit. Hey, baby. Yeah, that's cool. Demonic, say hi to Frosty. Where's your manners? Hey Anubis, how are you? Welcome. Demonic's already starting his shit. He's not saying hi to people. Where's your manners, son? Thought I taught you better than that. Just was about to start a wake and bake, and I saw this video pop up, had to check it out. Okay, well, Anubis, what I'm doing here is working on a new land mod. It's been in development for about, oh, I want to say about 4 months now. And what I'm going to do with this is make quests out of some of the books we can read about in Skyrim. I only say some of the books because there's some, you know, there's plenty of them in which I'd probably have a hard time in coming up with a quest over. I do have one quest already worked out for the book called Amongst the Draugr. Basically, the story behind that book goes is somebody found a way to be amongst the Draugr without them going hostile. That's really badass. Thank you. It's always kind of pissed me off that you know, we can read about all these stories in Skyrim, but we can't experience them. So this is sort of going to be like a walking in another person's footsteps type of mod. That's the concept of it. Never seen anybody do anything like that before, so I gotta do it. And plus, I've been itching to make a new land mod for a couple years now. And well, prior to this year, my skills just weren't up to par. I would have failed miserably. I've always loved Skyrim. I love Oblivion more though. In a lot of respects, I like Oblivion a lot more too. If for no other reason, the Daedric Princes have much more of a presence in the game. In Skyrim, we might as well have not even had any interactions with them. For example, Sheogorath in Skyrim, you know, we see him for what, maybe an hour out of our game. I mean, how pathetic. But in Oblivion, he's all over the place. And I've always wondered what the actual game creation is like. Really cool to watch. Yeah, this is Creation Kit. This is what was used to build the game and make mods for it. I think I said before that I love Oblivion more too. However, I actually feel it just comes down to what I feel like at the moment. They're so different from each other. If I could get NPCs in Oblivion to look like they do in Skyrim, I'd probably abandon Skyrim. Although there is one thing I will say about Skyrim, I've been playing the game for roughly 4 years now, and I still find and learn new things about it, about the game. If allowed, just follow the NPC section of my tutorial, or Bevy's tutorial. Thank you for the sub, Anubis. Much appreciated. Yeah, I'll have to go through your mod setup, Frosty. I've already gone through Bevy's modding guide. It's an amazing guide, don't get me wrong. But I'm interested to see your modding guide in action as well. I can't use every mod out of Bevy Lexus modding guide because I don't have Oblivion Game of the Year Deluxe Edition. Bevy's looks much prettier for sure. Yeah, well, you know what, Frosty? You got that new nosebleed rig, man. You can... I'm sure you could put Bevy's list to shame. I hate to say it like that because it sounds so condescending. Uh-oh, I gotta fix that. Fix that landscape right here. Oh, get down there. At the same time, I'm sure Oblivion doesn't care about you know, somebody's rig. It can only handle so much at the end of the day, just like Skyrim. Bevy's list would crash my PC. I wish my game could look like his. You know, if memory serves, I know Bevy, he's got a decent rig, but I don't think it's I don't think he has like some monster $10,000 PC. Hey Red Monkey, how are ya? I'm just working on my new land mod here. Prior to, well, early this morning, I hadn't been able to touch it for about 2 weeks. So I was doing some work for a client, and it just ate up all my time. So yeah, Bevy has a 980, I believe. No, not at all. Comes down to capping the FPS to 40 through 50. I have Oblivion running at 60 frames per second. Once I got through the mods I could install out of Bevy's list, I played for like roughly 3 hours, no crashes, no infinite loading screens to speak of, so that was cool. Yeah, my excuse me. My mods are PC only, Anubis. I never did bother to make any of my mods compatible with Xbox, and the reason being is because I don't have an Xbox, So there's really no way for me to test that everything works as intended, you know. So if I can't test something, I can't see if shit works, if shit's broken. So now with this mod, if somebody wants to convert it to make it compatible with a special edition, of course I will give permissions for that, because I'm using all vanilla stuff in here. Cool deal. Was just wondering, I have Skyrim for both PC and Xbox, so it's fun to see the difference between the two consoles. I started playing Skyrim way back in the day on the PlayStation 3. Once I discovered what mods were and what people were doing with their game, I installed it on the computer that I'm on right now. A couple years later, I did break down and I built a new gaming rig, and it's, I guess I could still consider it pretty much top of the line. And with it, I was just able to take my game to a whole new level with mods I was able to install and whatnot. I don't know how to do that though. Yeah, I don't know how to do it either, Anubis. I belong to a couple Skyrim groups on Facebook, and there's several people who are they're more adept at taking Legendary Edition mods and making them compatible with Special Edition, but that's just not one of my skill sets. I don't know how to do it. Then Celia was created. Yes, Celia's been with me for a long time. Okay, what now? What now? I feel like I need some, yeah, I definitely need some textures over here. Because this area is looking awfully bland. Shoot. Let's see. How did I do this? There's a way I can select a texture. Is it Control? No. That's it. Control right click. And that'll select a texture I want to use. Okay. Be right back, you guys. I need some more coffee. Yeah, coffee. I need coffee. I've got some coffee and weed. Oh, you guys. Okay, this is stupid right here. Oh, that's even more stupid. Fucking house isn't sitting on the landscape. So I will raise the landscape up a bit. How about over here? How does that look? Yeah, it's a little bit screwed up too. And over here as well. Jesus, what did I do? I thought I had this landscape all like perfectly flat. Maybe I didn't. Trust me, you've not played Elder Scrolls till you've played it stoned. I'll take your word for it, Anubis. My vices are coffee and cigarettes. Oh, I don't even drink anymore. Coffee and cigarettes are enough for me. Okay, let me drop that down just a little bit there. Does that look like it's floating? I can't tell. Oh, that looks alright. Okay. Laugh out loud, the random Nord just standing there. He's that guy's name is Terrell. He's actually one of the quest givers in this town. The name of this town is called Mirefall. What else? What else? Yeah, I gotta move this guy up. And this one. All these gourds, they look okay. Mostly. They look mostly okay. Coffee and candy and chocolate milk and women. Just an unhealthy amount of coffee. My blood sugar is probably fucked. Now you're gonna die of something anyway. Or I could say coffee plus candy, chocolate milk on women. I'm such a pig. Oh, it feels so good to be streaming and modding again. You know, when you're used to doing something for every day for months on end, and then circumstances prevent you from doing that one something, you just don't realize how fun doing that something is. In my case, it's streaming and modding. Yes, on women. Yeah, definitely start streaming more. I've been trying to find new content to watch, and this is good shit. I generally do stream every day, Anubis, but I haven't, prior to this morning, I haven't been able to stream for the last 2 weeks because I was so busy with a client I just finished up some work for. I'm an independent web developer. I essentially work for myself, so, but there are times when I'll get a client that wants a ton of work done, and of course I want to get it done as quickly as possible because that means the sooner I get paid, you know. So the client I just got finished with is a major hospital in the United States, and for about 74 hours worth of work, I made a little over $1,000 from the client, so I can't complain. I would have rather done it in a week's time, but the client was closed on the weekend, so I couldn't work on their stuff over the weekend. Tree tundra shrub. Now I may have another client lined up starting hopefully next week. Sorry, I'm feeling a little nauseous here all of a sudden. Okay, but this client is cool because they're okay with me working from home. Some clients insist I go to their facility and do the work. A lot of times it's because they've got their shit locked down such that I couldn't get access to their stuff without being inside their facility. It has to do with like network restrictions and dialing into intranets, which are an intranet. An intranet is basically a private internet. But yeah, being a freelancer, we sometimes need something extra to get over the times we have nothing. Oh yeah, that's for sure, Frosty. So, about this new client, if I get their contract, they'll allow me to work from home, which is what I prefer anyway. You know, I save so much money on travel expenses, and plus I have my computer set up with everything that I use, everything that I need. I'm really not a fan of having to set up everything all over again. It takes me roughly 3 or 4 hours to get all the software set up on a new computer and everything else I do. So it's quite a process, let me tell you. Sounds like fun. So if some company or someone out of Europe wants to hire you, they would fly you out there? Well, if they wanted me bad enough, I suppose, yes, of course, that's an option. I'm not sure I would want to go. I would want to fly over to Europe for some duration of time because I would miss home. I find I'm most productive when I'm working on stuff from home. You know, I'm in my environment, I'm in my element. I don't have to deal with rush hour traffic and all that bullshit. Besides, I work a second part-time job delivering pizzas, and you know, I do enough driving. But I do like the job because it gets me away from a computer, it gets me on my feet, I get some exercise out of the deal, get the blood flowing again. So it's good for me. But traveling the world would be a journey. Demonic, and I'm just here. Yep, you're not even talking, just making yourself present here and there. Talk more, Dark Knight. I don't know. Working at home has its pros and cons. I don't really like that my workspace is the same place as I live. Oh, sure. There's pros and cons to everything. But for me, I think there's more pros than cons. Actually, I can't really even think of any cons of working from home. Of course, I never really thought about it that much either, so whatever. And I usually miss the colleagues or basic interaction. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that is one con. When I'm working from home, it's just me. Granted, I can chat with other people on the internet, but it's just not the same as, you know, face-to-face conversations. Do you like Lord of the Rings, or have you ever thought about making a mod about it? I do like Lord of the Rings. I've never thought about making a mod for it, but there are several mods that are based on Lord of the Rings. Skyrim, Lord of the Rings mod. What do we got here? Elder Scrolls 5, Middle Earth, Lord of the Rings on Nexus. What do we got here? Here's one. What does this one do? This mod adds a few new regions of J.R.R. Tolkien's Middle Earth to the game. So far there's Moria, Mirkwood, Lothlorien, and Rohan. Requirements: latest version of Skyrim and Dragonborn DLC. Once the mod is installed correctly, you can travel to the west of Skyrim to a new location, the Lord of the Rings World Choice. Use the doors, you can directly enter the individual worlds. Of course, neighboring areas are also interconnected. Huh, I might have to install this. Let's see. Ah, shit, that's a BSA file. Darn it. Is there a loose file version? What do we got in here? Textures, close. I'm not bitching because this is only a BSA file. I'm bitching because I can't see what's in the BSA. So I don't know if this mod adds a new world space or it injects. Yeah, okay. So this mod adds new locations directly in the Tamriel world space. My mod it's an entirely new world space, so it's not going to conflict with anything in the game. It can't conflict with anything in the game. What else do we got here? Silmariel Lord of the Rings weapons collection. Oh wow, look at that. That looks cool. There's Sauron's mace. Every time I see Sauron's mace, I think of Molag Bal's mace. There's another one. Link to it in the chat for those interested. Wraith Great Swords, Sting, Sauron's mace. Okay. What else do we got? Gorgeous Lord of the Rings themed Skyrim mod project ends. Oh, that's an article. Warner Brothers shuts down fan-made Skyrim Lord of the Rings mod. Really? Huh. Okay. Molag Bal can go die. Sure about that, Demonic? What a name indeed. Hey, well, I got you guys here. Have you guys ever had any problems with wireless keyboards just freezing in the Windows 10 environment? Are you seeing double right now, Anubis? You're not seeing double, but all the colors are extra vibrant. Oh, you know what? This would make a good spot for a hidden chest. Let's see, static, no, container, just give me a treasure chest. Not that either. Treasure mandate chest. barely see what I'm doing here. Yeah, that's good. I'm playing Dragons. Uh-oh, more comments. I might be sad when I have to go to work. Yeah, I'm going to be sad for you too, Anubis, in the condition you're in. It's funny because I have Gandalf pipe that I'm smoking from. Don't be sad, don't be blue. Frankenstein was ugly too. Demonic's playing Dragon's Dogma, and he's getting his ass kicked. That game's hard as hell. I played it years ago when I was little, could not figure it out. I've never played any of the Dragon's Dogma games. It is on the radar though. I've watched some videos and it looks really good. Tree sword fern. I like Two Swords a lot. I played that a long time ago though. What's he doing exactly? I'm working on a mod, Kyler. You're witnessing how mods are created in Skyrim. I'm in a pretty good mood. I could have just said, read the description. But I'm not going to be a dick, because I'm in a good mood. I'll be a dick later. Savage. Yeah, I am a savage. No talent bum, dick savage. Well, give me all these fern clusters. Kyle, tell us about yourself. What's your story? I assume you play Skyrim. I'm always a dick, even when I'm in a good mood. Thank you, Demonic. It's my mission in life to be a dick, even when I'm in a good mood. Even you, Demonic, couldn't piss me off right now. I guess a part of me still does like you. You know, seeing as how we're on the subject of weed and drugs in general, something happened with me last night when I was working, and I was sort of torn between something. Now, in the United States, weed isn't legalized yet. I delivered a pizza to somebody, knock on the door, they opened the door, and I could smell it. Now, I don't smoke weed myself. For the most part, well, I don't really care if anybody else does it as well. I didn't get a tip for my delivery, and that's really where pizza drivers make their money, off of tips. As I was driving back to the store, I had asked myself, is it my civic duty to report this, the usage of drugs, and what are my motivations for doing so? Am I doing it because I think it's my civic duty, or am I doing it because I didn't get a tip? I don't know. I was thinking about it for a good long time last night. I did lose a few friends to drugs back in the day in high school. And when I say lose, I'm talking about fatal overdoses. Frosty says, blackmail the fucker. Just don't. What, Frosty? So I don't know. I was really torn. I was really torn about this whole situation. You spent your tip to get the pot. I would have, just because the dickheads did not give you a tip, and this is coming from a huge stoner. You would have reported him, Anubis? Because you would have reported them because they didn't give you a tip? Well, see, that's the thing that I was torn about. Whenever I do something, I have this need to be sure I'm doing something for the right reasons. Revenge, spite, all that stuff. It's negative. It's a negative motivation. I should also mention this. I do believe in karma. The concept of what goes around comes around. But same goes for cigarettes or alcohol or any other addiction or need. A lot of stoners are always broke, but always have weed. Yeah. That's one of the reasons I gave up drinking. It became a problem, and I couldn't do it anymore. Had I kept drinking, I probably wouldn't be here to this day, today. Karma is a bitch too. Yeah, well, I don't know that I'd say karma is a bitch. I guess I would say karma is like an equalizer. Yeah, drinking is not really my thing. I'll stick to the non-lethal, Mary Jane. Okay. I know cannabis on its own, natural cannabis, there's nothing wrong with it. But once chemicals are applied to it and poisons, that's when it gets lethal. Okay, what else? Trees, more trees. Give me some more trees here. Cannabis is cute compared to alcohol. Alcohol is a hard drug, and many people die of it each day. Yeah, I would have, I would have been dead by now, Frosty, at the rate I was going. It was no problem for me to down a fifth of whiskey every day and still go to work the next day. But, you know, the human body, it can only handle so much. Granted, the human body it's excellent at adaptation. But again, like anything, we can only handle so much. I was 17 and could down a bottle of rum. I was never much into rum. I was always a bourbon or a whiskey guy. Alcohol is more publicly allowed than weed because it's not taboo. Yeah, that's for sure. And you know, ironically, in 15th century Italy, prostitution was legal and even encouraged by the Vatican. How about them apples? But, you know, now in the whatever, 21st century, it's illegal and frowned upon. It's just interesting to me the way the rules of society fluctuate from century to century. I think it just goes to show that the human race is good at indecision, and we're good at changing our minds as to what's acceptable versus what isn't. Prostitution has been legal for ages here too. Amsterdam has been known for it. They still have brothels in Amsterdam, legal brothels. Okay. In the United States, you know, it's not legal. What else? Snowberry, I guess. Okay, so I think for the most part, I'm pretty happy with this town. Normally, I would work on some interiors right now, but yeah, I'm gonna do some work on the exterior some more. This world space it's freaking huge. When I open up the world map for this world space, It's actually bigger than Solstein out of the Dragonborn DLC. So definitely got a lot of work to put into this mod, but I also have a ton of opportunities to do with this. Oh, my dungeon sucks, Frosty. I gotta work on that. Let's see, static. I mean, it's just, it's not long enough. Yeah, there is one dungeon so far in this mod, Anubis. It is my first dungeon, so it's, I mean, I'm no expert dungeon creator, but I'm gonna work on it some more and make it, it's gotta be longer. I at least want the player to spend about, have to spend about 45 minutes in the dungeon itself. Maybe, but it has some cool features that I never see in dungeon mods, not even in Hammets. What features are you talking about, Frosty? Like the lighting, the fire sconces, and that sort of thing? Sconces, for example. Yeah, I haven't seen that either. What else do we got here? Dirt cliffs. I don't give a shit. I'm gonna watch the live stream on my phone and work. Well, I hope you got a unlimited data plan, Anubis. What do you do for a living, Anubis? You're a prep cook and you DJ? Okay. Is that, do you mean to say like you're like a chef? I don't really know what a prep cook does. I've played like 6 parties so far and a few coming up still. That's good. Oh, look at that. Oh, shit. Yeah. Damn it. I hate it when I do that. There's some rocks. Rock L. Cover up these holes here. Demonic, cover your hole. A friend of mine is a DJ too. You play a high-low techno, very nice. Techno is a fun genre to mix. And a bit of techno. I like when he plays, and I'm a metal fan. Same metal all the way. I've been so many bands live saying, "Hey, Mr. Cheesy, how are ya?" Demonic, I'm just kidding. No, I'm not. Oh my god, look at this mess. Like, really? How did I... Fucking no talent bum. Just dragging shit into the render window and leaving holes in between meshes like that. I'm modding like a dick over here. Okay. Sounds like Bethesda. Yeah, it does. Except when I say it just works, I do mean my stuff just works, because it does. Oh, look at that. Did I somehow fuck with this landscape over here? Hey, without Todd Howard, we wouldn't have... Well, I can't say we wouldn't have Elder Scrolls, but... Yeah, never mind. I don't know what I'm trying to say. When did Todd Howard actually emerge from the scene? Has he always been with Bethesda? Or did he replace somebody? I don't really know that much about him. Without Todd Howard, there wouldn't be a creation club. Oh, okay. Todd Howard replace somebody? I wonder, let's see. Todd Howard, Bethesda. What do we got here? Todd Howard is an American video game designer, director, and producer. Currently serves as director and executive producer of Bethesda. He's led the development of Fallout and the Elder Scrolls series. God, he was born in 1971? Jeez, he's only 3 years older than I am. Wow. His first game development credit for Bethesda, what does it say? His first game development credit for Bethesda was the producer and designer of the Terminator Future Shock and Skynet, followed by design on Elder Scrolls 2 Daggerfall. Oh, so he's been... Okay, so he's been around. I see. So who... Now I gotta wonder who is the head honcho during Elder Scrolls Arena. Where's this guy live? Where he was born in 1971, Lower Macungie Township, Pennsylvania. I know where that is. Daggerfall, but he had the most influence in Oblivion and Skyrim. Arena is old. Yeah, Arena is old. Probably need a bigger water object, so water 2048. Like, really? Isn't there just a regular water 2048? Fine, give me this one. That's fine. I'm old, Beast is old, even Skyrim is old in terms of game. Yeah, I am old. Broken down, fossil. That's what I am. No, I'm not. I'm not that old, Frosty. Come on. No, I'm not 70 yet. I got a little ways to go there, Frosty. Okay. So I got a little pool, little pond here. I guess give me some grass. H, drawing mode. That's not a texture. This is the one I'm looking for. Try that. Yeah, there we go. Will you be needing a walking stick since you're 70? What about a Zimmer frame? I'm not going to be needing a walking stick, but I wouldn't be surprised if by the time I'm 50, I'm walking with a cane. For the last 10 years now, maybe, my left leg really starts to bother me to the point where I'm practically limping. I don't really know what's going on, if muscles in my left leg are just deteriorating or whatever, but sometimes it does get really difficult to walk. Oh, what else? What else can I dump in here? You know, I don't want to do too much with grass textures because that's gonna impose a serious performance hit for lower end computers. And I do try to make all my mods playable for everybody. Some of the music from Windswept fits Dragon's Dogma as well. I think his music it just fits any occasion. Of course, I'm biased, so you stream gameplay too, not just mod creation. I haven't streamed gameplay in it's been ages. Yeah, I just got tired of doing it. And besides, there's plenty of Let's Plays on YouTube. One thing I will do after this mod is finished is I want to make a I do want to make a roleplay series much like A Tale of Paxton from Gamer Poets, where I want to tell the story of my character, who she is, how she came to be, what she becomes, you know, stuff like that. But that's a project that's like, it's way, way down the road. Good shit, just saw the Beyond Skyrim videos on your channel. Yeah? Yeah, I think I did stream Beyond Skyrim. Well, duh, of course I did. You just saw the videos. Duh at me. Don't worry, as I have problems moving my arms. Went to physiotherapy, who told me that my shoulder joints have been squashed together, which causes my muscles to rub against the bone. Yeah, I don't feel that happening with me, Mr. Cheesy. This isn't like, it's not like bones rubbing together on my knee. It's just the, my leg muscles in my calf, they get weak after a certain amount of time. I don't know. It could be something stupid like my diet. Although I don't eat unhealthily. I eat salads and, you know, I get a pretty good meat diet. So, eat my vegetables. Mountain trim, DLC 1. These objects that you're seeing a preview window of, I'm getting them from my object window. They just came up on the on screen here. Mountain trim dirt. Okay, can use that. Dirt 01, Dirt 02. Which one? I have a drawing mode on. Why is it not drawing? What am I missing here? It's not drawing. This one is. Dirt 02. Why is Dirt 02 not drawing anything? Rocks, Dirt 02. I don't know. I'm looking for the texture that matches this this mountain trim object here. I don't quite remember what it's called. Oh, I wonder if you can help me. Maybe. L mine floor dirt 01 is not showing up. I have a secondhand PC which I got from someone at work. It's been working really well for a long time. Okay. River Mud, maybe that's the one. No, that ain't it. Riverbed Edge, that's not it. One thing I try to do is apply textures that blend with, you know, some object. So there's one thing I can't stand. It's being able to see these seams in between the ground and some object. Okay, this morning I turned on my PC and got an error message about my CPU fan, and the system isn't detecting any devices to boot from. What was the error message about the CPU fan? Were you getting like overheating messages, Mr. Cheesy? Basically said my CPU fan was not working, even though I could see it working. I don't really know. That's a tough one, but I would check out maybe updating your updating your BIOS drivers. Let's see. PC CPU fan error. What do we got here? When you see the error message, CPU fan error in post, it means the system doesn't detect the fan. You can refer to the steps below to resolve the issue. Well, I guess you could start with that one, Mr. Cheesy. What else do we got here? Fix CPU fan error message of your computer. Here, you know what? I'll just give you the link to the Google search. Your PC just stopped working completely, demonic? Did you get demonic on your PC? Okay, Frosty, check the mail and do the dishes. I can't even boot the system. I have a 1 terabyte Seagate Barracuda with all my files, and it's not detecting the device. See this PC won't boot. I don't know. Does your computer even turn on? Change cables in case they were the problem, but no luck. Okay, it does turn on. Okay. But it doesn't boot. To try that to BIOS. Here's something else that might work out for you. Oh. Let's see. Okay, try this one. Try that one, Mr. Cheesy. I don't know. It's hard for me. It's hard for me to help you out here because, well, for one, I'm really no PC expert. But at least if it does turn on, that tells me it's not your power supply. It could be the BIOS, that's part of your motherboard. So I don't know. The motherboard might be fried, for all I know. I do know that without a functional motherboard, a PC just won't do shit. This is another thing I hate about Creation Kit, the way it'll start turning stuff, hiding and showing objects in order to, well, it does it to save on RAM. Oh, look at that. Shit disappears all over the place. Well, if you're having those kind of problems with your computer, Mr. Cheesy, yeah, you may want to consider just buying a new one. I guess it depends on how much it would cost to fix the computer, you know. Oh, for God's sakes. Damn Creation Kit. Creation Kit's having a hard time. It's fucking freezing all over the place. I know I do need to upgrade the memory on this computer because I'm down to 11 gigs of storage. Is Demonic messing with my Creation Kit? Oh, Demonic just messes with stuff without even trying. You gotta watch him. Something wrong with him. Creation Kit version 5.2 Demonic Edition. Yeah. Let's see, what does this look like? Cave dirt? Nah. Not cave dirt. Demonic, are you pissed? Don't be pissed. We love you. What are you WTFing about now? Why do I have this huge mountain up here? Is there a reason for that? Do I really need it? Oh, yeah, I do. Mountain. Demonic, you ain't gonna do anything. Shut up, Demonic. Just shut up. I feel like there should be more mountain objects to choose from. Mountain cliff. Okay. Gonna take a look at this dungeon I have in here. Bear with a crying, yeah. I love you too, baby. Baby Demonic. While this is loading, I'm gonna grab another cup of coffee. So this dungeon is called Barrow of the Crying. It's where the the quest for the Amongst the Draugr book takes place, and it is kind of a tricky dungeon in that you got to pay attention to the environment in order to get anywhere. That part I'm happy with thus far, but the one part I'm not happy with is it's such a small dungeon, and I feel like the player should really have to work their ass off to claim the reward. I'm not going to go into too much detail about what the quest reward is, but I will say read through the book Amongst the Draugr in the game. Create a boss enemy called Beast Draugr Deathlord. Actually, I got a couple of bosses in here They're dragon priests. So, for starters though, I just want to add some aesthetic features. Because I just don't feel like there's enough to get the player's attention. What just happened? I don't know. Oh, there is something I could try here. I did find a tutorial to make hanging NPCs. It didn't work for me in the exterior, but it might work in the interior. So, creation kit, hanging NPC tutorial. It makes it so NPCs will actually hang from a rope. Hey, Just AU, how are you? Welcome. Maybe it was Skyrim hanging NPC. What the hell is all this? Maybe that's what I searched for. Skyrim hang NPC. This is it. Okay, in case anyone is interested, I stumbled over a finished scripted rope in the creation kit. It can be used to make hanged NPCs. Place hangman rope trig can be found under activators in your cell world, etc. Okay. I sure hope this works. Okay, so here's the rope. Thank you for the sub, Just AU. Much appreciated. Okay, so there's the hanged man rope trigger. What's next? Double click the rope in the render window, or whatever it's called in English. Then go to the scripts tab, open up script properties. For the corpse property, select the NPC you want to be hanged. Might want to check the NPC starts dead box. Okay, so I need an NPC in here. A mod called Honored Dead does the same thing. It does? Totally didn't know that. Actor. I guess just give me a good old bandit. Don't need nothing special. Hang an elf first. Pandorable, my sweet. How are you? Oh, your game just crashed? I'm sorry. Okay, double click NPC, starts dead. Supposed to do something over here. Go to the scripts tab, hangman script, properties, corpse, edit value, pick reference. No, that's not what I wanted. Oh. Pick reference in render window. Oh, I know why. Because the starts dead is ticked. Starts dead is, it's almost like disable. Okay, let's try this again. Properties, corpse, edit value, reference. Okay, there it goes. Reference and command it. Now do the starts dead thing. Just to be sure, hang a high elf. I take it you don't like high elves, huh? I am going to have some quests in here about involving some Thalmor dissidents. They're basically deserters of the Thalmor. Okay, what's next? For the fake force ball nudge, select the explosion you want to happen when the rope is hit. Fake force ball nudge is probably the best one in this case. Edit value. Fake force ball 1024. Shit, what did it say? Fake force ball nudge is what it wants. Okay. And noose dummy. Not 100% of what it does, just select some random object close to the rope, I guess. Okay. Not a matter of not liking high elves, but I despise what the Thalmor are doing. Oh, okay, well, I do have a faction in this mod where the people in it, they're dissidents of the Thalmor. Because they feel the same way as you do, just AU. Okay, so this just wants some random object. What can I use here? Pole, maybe? Bandit pole, torture pole, what does that look like? Should create a Skyrim sport called elf hunting. First one to hunt 10 elves within 1 hour wins. You know what, Mr. Cheesy? I could see something like that going into a mod called Achieve That. If you're not familiar with it, do check it out. It's an awesome mod. This needs to be higher up, which means now I need something to place underneath it. Rock. Cave rock. I guess that's fine. Scale it down a bit. I know this looks fucked up right now. I just want to be sure that it's gonna work. New dummy, edit value, pick reference. Torture pole, okay. In fact, I think high elves are great, but what the Thumb are doing makes all high elves seem like bad people and elves. Yeah, that's true. There's plenty of high elves in the game that aren't rat bastards like the Thalmor. Isn't, what's her name, that one merchant over in Windhelm? Shoot. I can't think of her name, but she'll start to buy stolen goods from you. This looks stupid. Yeah, that looks stupid. I need something else here. Norandi, yeah, that's it. Thank you, Pandorable. Post. What's it? Oh, Dwemer. Dwemer hitch post, same thing. Farm banner. Can't put him in a cage because he's gonna hang. It's gonna be a hanging NPC. Let me try this. RT lamppost. Gonna drag shit into the void here because that's usually how I set this stuff up. And then I'll move it into position. Okay, so rope, hangman script, properties, noose dummy, pick reference. Okay. I sure hope this works. The last time I went through that tutorial, it didn't work, and some people were saying it just doesn't work in the exterior, but it will work in interior locations. Okay. I can get rid of that stuff. We'll go in game here in a second. Check things out. This will be so badass if it works. Fucking it better work. Otherwise, what am I gonna do? Well, I'll just bitch about it some more. That's what I'll do. What if you can add an NPC by their feet over a volume of water to make it look like they were drowned to death? Or run havoc sim? I don't really, I mean, sometimes I run havoc sim. What is that? What is that supposed to do anyway? Does Havoc Sim even account for scripts? Does it take scripts into consideration? I don't know what it does. Yeah, I know what it is, but I don't really see how it could help me in this case. All right, well. I think it'll help see if the hanging works. But the hanging is actually done by a script. Honestly, I don't really care if the Run Havoc Sim will show if it works in the creation kit. I want to see it working in game. So, let's go in game. Okay, so this is the town I was working on earlier. I just want to check some things out here, see how stuff is shaping up. There's the plants and stuff. Yeah, foliage. There's their treasure chest. Okay, and that's cool. I can still get in there. Oh, just to give you newcomers a idea of how big this world space is. That is pretty large, huh? Thank you, Mr. Cheesy. Much appreciated. Oh, you know what? Bridge. Gotta check those bridges too. The bridges look okay, but I feel like something's missing. Something's missing here. I don't know, maybe some posts underneath the bridge. Oh, did I just get, what just happened? The water current just pushed me. Yep, sure did. Okay. Let me turn on map markers. How did I create a new world space? I followed a tutorial. I will provide a link to the tutorial I used to get this process going. Oh shit. Forgot about that. Draugrs show up in here. Yeah, I'm totally playing on Milk Drinker God mode. I want to do this someday, but I doubt it'll be for Skyrim Test 6 for sure. Yeah, of course you can. You can do this, Pandorable. Alright. Sarah Prayer. Let's see a hanging NPC. Look at that fucker! And awesome. It works. That is so cool. Yes. Beast is a god. He made this world in 6 days and used the 7th day to play Skyrim. I know, look at that fucker dangling. Oh, that's nuts. Wow, I love that. Okay, we gotta get some, I gotta get some blood spatter. Well, that is so badass, isn't it? What's the scope of the mod? Full voice acting or what? It, I will have dialogue in here, but I'm just going to be using some dialogue splicing. Going to be taking lines from the different NPCs in the game and splicing them together. I wonder what happens. Okay, so he'll just stay there. Alright. Oh, and I clip right through him. Oh, that sucks. But, I mean, I guess that's okay. We'll go talk to another one of the, we'll go talk to Terrell over here in Mirefall. He's got some dialogue hooked up. Uh-oh, I hear that water bug.
There's a cave, but there must be more to it than that. Can you help me?
Yes, I'll do this.
Thank you. Come, follow me. We're not warrior types. This is a very peaceful place.
Is that all I did for him? I thought I gave him more dialogue. Maybe I'm thinking of another NPC. Or maybe there's dialogue at the end of the quest. There's more dialogue. I don't remember what I did, so okay. What are you guys saying here? What's the scope of the mod for voice acting? Answered that. And something at the base of the pole. That is so badass. Put an arrow in his knee as an Easter egg. Yes, we need an arrow in his knee. I don't even know if I could do that. Because the arrow is going to be... It's going to be a different mesh that's not... It's not exactly joined with the NPC in question. So... Okay, file data. Turn on music, because Creation Kit will take forever to load, like it always does. Come on, Creation Kit. Creation Kit is so weird. Sometimes it'll load within seconds. Other times it'll take forever. I don't understand it. Of course, I spent half the day redoing my merges, but it's finally done, and I'm so happy. I'm very happy too, Pandorable. Did your merges like work out? No crashes? Not like our friend you-know-who likes to merge whatever, 90 followers into one mod, like a fucking moron, and expect shit to work. Yeah, you have a point there. Even if Havoc Sim is disabled on the arrows, the body will fly around, but you might just be able to disable Havoc Sim on the body as well. I sense a demonic presence coming from the creation kit. Demonic, are you still with us? What are you doing? Quit twisting the Twizzler. Talk to us. And the merges are perfect now. Very good. See, this is what I'm talking about. Creation kit has been stuck at 27%. Why not just keep the CK open while testing the mod? It doesn't work that way. Just AU. I mean, I could keep CK open, but I still have to load the mod. You can't have a mod open in Creation Kit and be the active file while playing. Yes, yes, I was talking about you, Demonic. Quit twisting the Twizzler and talk. What are you doing, man? There we go. Okay. I wonder if I can give this guy some kudos. Offline. Last active August 20th. Oh, I have mail. Damn. I can't give that guy kudos like this. Frosty added me as a friend. Okay. So let's see. Where did that guy go? I wonder if I move them up here away from the other Havoc objects. I mean, he might still start dangling all over the place. Yes, I made a new friend. Well, no, that was just call me Frosty. He added me as a friend. Frosty's done videos on a few of my mods. So let's see, what was I saying? Decal blood. That's what I'm looking for. It's a movable. No, it's not movable static. This one. Blood blade hit ground. Blood spray ground dry. Large, medium. Though shouldn't the collisions combining make it stay in the bandit? No. Wouldn't work that way in this case. The arrow in the knee would have to be a part of the bandit mesh. Basically, you'd have to merge. You'd have to take the arrow mesh and place it inside the bandit. I don't have the tools to do that. I don't have like 3ds Max. Okay, so Pandorable, you said something at the base. I don't know. What do I put here at the base? Let's see. Do I have anything here? This trigger box right here is what caused this this Draugr to emerge from the coffin. Maybe just rope or something so that it doesn't look like it pops up out of nowhere. A fire pit. Fire pit. In the Dark Brotherhood questline, a character gets pinned up against the tree with arrows. However, they don't use the separate mesh. Well, that's a different story, though. That NPC, that particular NPC is actually just a static object. So it's going to stay up there. It's going to stay in place. I'm using an NPC in here, an actual NPC. He does have physics, although he starts dead. Huh, this fire sconce got moved as well. Doesn't the body fall down after retrieving the arrows? I don't know. I've actually never picked up those arrows. Actually, now I want to be sure about that hanging NPC. Well, that NPC that stuck to the tree. Interior. What the hell is it called? Dark Brotherhood Sanctuary. Dark Brotherhood Sanctuary. Where are you? Dark Brotherhood Sanctuary. There it is. Come on, creation kit. It's the mage that gets hanged. Yeah, Festus. Come on, creation kit. There you go. Let's just see what happens, how this is put together. I finished my last vampire follower last week, and I thought I was finally done with the horrible sculpting I had to do. But nope. How was the sculpting horrible, Pandorable? Okay, there it is. There's Festus. Yeah, see, I fucking said it's all one object. I have the NPC in question here selected. When I press 1, everything disappears, including the arrows. Dark Brotherhood, Festus corrects body. That's a totally separate object than the than Festus corrects. I knew what I was talking about. Mm-hmm. All right. He has a shaved head and stubble, and neither the hair or the beard were attached to the head mesh. So I had to fix that one vert at a time. You're still having trouble with the beard, Pandorable? I remember you bringing that up. Well, either way, I'm just happy that this hanging NPC actually works. I gotta say, I love that. I thought I didn't anymore, but now it clips when he talks. Oh, I see. Weren't you gonna make LeMay Ball for me, Pandorable? Or am I dreaming? Dreaming something again? You'll make her after this one? Okay. You started on her sculpt last week? Alright. I can't get anywhere with the sculpt option in race menu. I've tried to use it and I just fail miserably every time. Yeah, I'm definitely seeing some problems with my keyboard here. It's like it's freezing, stopping, but it only happens in Creation Kit. So I'll be making 2 versions of her for my follower mod. You can use whichever version you want, but I'm guessing you want the vampire one. Yeah. Gotta have the vampire one. I love this. Hanging NPCs. Uh-oh, going the wrong way. I really don't want to go to work tonight. I ended up working from 7 o'clock in the morning till 3:15 for the hospital contract job I was doing. Then I worked the pizza delivery job from 5:30 till 11. Then came home. Started streaming till what? 2:30 in the morning, I think. So that was a long ass day. I'm gonna replace this bandit with a what did you guys tell me? Get a high elf in here. High elf, and Cograven. Isn't there a high elf? Oh, what the hell? High elf female preset. Oh, what the hell? Where's the high elf NPCs? DLC 1, Ankh Vampire Boss, High Elf Male, High Elf Female. They might go under Thalmor. Not all High Elves are bad. Yeah, I just want a High Elf. Oh, I see. I'm typing in the editor IDs incorrectly. So what do we got here? Warlock, Necromancer, Necro, Storm, Witch, Fire, High Elf. Okay. So find Anchorage 01, Tempered Fire, Ice, Breton, Dark Elf, High Elf, there's one. High Elf female. Oh, that's just freaking creepy. Bunch of hanging NPCs like that. I gotta be sure to include the person that made that tutorial in the credits list, because I sure as hell wouldn't have known how to do this. Wouldn't have even known where to start. Now, one thing that's nice when you select a group of objects and you press Control D is all the everything comes along for the ride, like the scripts, the properties, linked references, all that stuff. So I don't have to go through set this thing up, you know, one instance at a time. Oh, damn fucking keyboard. I have laundry in an hour. I don't wanna. I'll do your laundry, Pandorable. If you work my job. I'll never see my undies again. Oh, well, you know me too well, Pandorable. Yeah, I probably would take a souvenir. I would take a souvenir. Anchorage, Fire, Imperial. Give me another Imperial. Bastard Imperials. Okay, oh, you know what? Should I do the same thing with a Draugr? Get a Draugr that hung himself? Oh yeah, I gotta do that. Could I actually put this guy, stick him over here in the corner? That's fine. Ink drugger. Okay, let's go in game one more time, and then I'm gonna call it a day because I got a bunch of stuff to do as well. I gotta clean my apartment, go do some grocery shopping, go to the bank, go see my parents. I haven't seen them in a while. SKSE. I still have all the respect for everybody who can use a keyboard and mouse combination. I can't do it. I still use a Xbox 360 controller. Magic. Playing console games for as many years as I did. Well, the PlayStation games, I've gotten so used to the PlayStation 3 controller. Oh, really? Why did I crash? Son of a bitch. I can never play Skyrim on a controller. It would feel too weird. I said the same thing about keyboard and mouse. I just can't do it. I use an Xbox One controller, but only because the surface I play on isn't the best for a mouse. I'm hoping I just crashed because I fast traveled. Hope I didn't screw anything up here. Damn. Okay, so that was just a fluke. Look at that fucker just... I love that. That's nuts. I think I know why that happens. Every time we load into some new interior, a lot of times Havoc will just go nuts. Other times it could be too high of a frame rate, but that's not the case right now. I'm getting 50, Roughly 51 frames per second average in here. Yeah, that skeleton's head is gone. See, now my keyboard, now my mouse isn't responding at all. Now my keyboard is. Oh, and he just, son of a bitch. He just fell over. And I bet the same thing is going to happen here as well. Yep, they're all... Damn it. Alright. Come on, fucking die already. Yep, this one ain't working either. Okay, maybe the scripts got fucked up. I don't know. I'll come back to this later. Anyway, thanks a lot for joining, you guys. I gotta take off. Do some house stuff and real life stuff. So I will see you all next time. Take care.